Keep trying. There's something. There we go.
Test.
Hello.
Yep.
All right.
Just state your name real quick so I can make sure levels are okay.
All right. Michael.
Ashley. Sorry.
Jason.
Michael.
Chuck.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call the order for the meeting. Time is 6 p.m., or I'm sorry, 6:01 p.m. I'll start off the roll call. Robin McDaniel,
She is absent.
Michael Pratt,
Present.
Jason Scott, present, Chuck Smith,
Present.
and Rachel Tuttle.
She is absent, but a quorum is present.
Okay. Going to start the meeting off with public comments. There's nobody here, so we will go ahead and skip that part. If we want to go ahead and start off and review the May 2025 claims and appropriations. Give you guys a few minutes.
Ashley, on the refrigerant
Yes.
service, what did we have to do there?
So our freezer went out in the pool. It was older and we've had problems with it the last couple of years. It
Right.
kept going out on us each season and we would lose a lot of merchandise in it. But this season we couldn't even get it to a low enough temperature to put anything in it. And we had the service guy come out 3 times. So we were at a point where we just had to replace it so we could get our products ordered. So that was the cost of the new freezer and all the charges for him coming out to try to fix the old one.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah. The refrigerator is not doing great either. I think it will get through this season, but that might be something we have to replace next year because those were purchased at the same time. And it's getting high sometimes, like hotter than it should, so we watch it carefully. You will see a couple of the dump fees. The one dumpster we have just isn't keeping up right now with all the shelter houses being opened. So we still have to take the dump truck occasionally. Not as much as we had to in the past, but there's really no way around it right now. We either have to get a different dump, like an extra dumpster to leave at the park, or just take the dump truck occasionally to empty it.
Is this a landscaping mulch for that 6570 Nature's Way?
That's for the venue. They do all of our landscaping. They do the flowers and the mulch over there. We usually, I think it's like 4 invoices we get from them each year.
Because they go through that seasonally.
Yes.
Basically about once a quarter, right?
Yeah.
I also noticed we hired out Maxwell to do, looks like North Mulberry and Victory Park and North Staley. Is that accurate?
That is true. He's doing them for us while we were short staff. We will be taking those back over when we're at a good place. We're close. I mean, Eli's in and he's getting settled. So, and we've talked about it. He's comfortable taking those back over. And when we hired Patrick, I told him that it wouldn't be for the whole season. It was just until we got a staff member in that could take those on. I might continue to have him do the venue, just since we have that landscaped anyways, but we'll for sure take over the other 3.
Does anybody want to set a motion for the claims?
I'll move that we go ahead and approve the May 2025 claims and appropriations.
I'll second.
All right, we have Michael making the first and Chuck with the second. Let's move on to
We'll
the,
need to take a vote on that.
oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. Told you I'd guide you through.
Yeah, thank you. We want to we just take a vote
Yep.
on the 2025 claims and appropriations. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And against, say nay. Okay. All right, and then we'll move on to the May 2025 minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the May 25th minutes.
Okay, Chuck makes the first motion. Do I have a second?
I'm not sure, as the recording secretary who submitted the minutes, I'm supposed to make the second on that. So
All right.
we may have to, maybe up to you, Jason.
Yep, I did review them. I will second
No.
the motion. Okay. And take a vote. All in favor for the approval of the May 2025 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All against, say nay. Okay, motion approved. Okay, next line up is the personal matters. Looks like we hired a facility team lead position. Do we need to take a vote on that? Okay. All in favor of the,
Well, we need to take a motion.
oh, motion,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I'll make the motion that we
Thank
go
you.
ahead and approve the hiring of Eli Pierce as our facility team lead.
Okay, Michael makes the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor to hire Eli Pierce as the facility team lead, say aye.
Aye.
All against, say nay. Okay. Hiring of Eli Pierce as the facility team lead is approved. Next agenda is old business. We do not currently have any old business to discuss. And then we're going to move on to reports with Ashley.
Okay, so we opened up the pool. Of course, there's been a slow start to the season due to the weather. You guys will see that in the financial reports too. We hosted 3 concerts at the venue in the month of May. I applied for a Homeland Security permit for the 4th of July. Ordered the porta potties and golf carts for the 4th of July. Booked the food trucks for the 4th. Last Monday we filmed a short segment with Indy Now about all things 4th of July. They came out to the park and filmed me and the mayor and the gentleman who's in charge of the 4th of July parade. And we talked about everything going on in the city of Martinsville for the 4th of July, so that will air June 26th. Luke spends countless hours in the filter room. He's really working hard on keeping the pool going. The dive well has a leak in it, so we have to add water every day. We are going to talk to the water department to see what we can do, because I'm sure that bill is going to be quite a bit. We had a leak detection specialist come out, and it's underneath the pool, so there is really nothing we can do about it until we drain the pool for the year. And we don't even know how much we're looking at until we get it drained, because we don't really know how big it is until we get the pool drained.
Right. So we don't know if it's in the actual like basin of the well, or if it's in a pipe.
We just know currently that it's under the liner.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. The new system, we went with the Look What system. It's working really well. The only place we tend to struggle keeping up with it is in the main pool. So that's why Luke has to spend a lot of time in there to keep the chemicals. It's just a learning curve. But we haven't had any problems with the splash pad this year. That's been open every day. So he's doing a fantastic job keeping everything running. Eli started last Monday. He's already got a lot of things accomplished. He's cleaned out the shop. He's still working on that, but it looks awesome. He's been working on the hill mower. That was broken pretty badly. He has that running, and he's been cleaning out the gutters because they're awful throughout the park. We started swimming lessons last week. They're going great. We had some compliments from the parents sending their kiddos to swimming lessons, talking about how great the lifeguards are doing with the kids. All disc golf tee pads are officially in. So that's exciting to kind of, get that accomplished and put behind us. We replaced the beams that had some damage to them in Shelter 3. And all the playgrounds have been mulched at the park and at Mulberry. Items to be completed in the month of June. We're going to host our adult-only swim this Friday, June 20th. We're hosting our family dance and movie night on June 28th. Stacy and I will be on porch time next Wednesday to talk about the 4th of July and upcoming events at the park. I'm going to be speaking at the chamber meeting this Friday about our summer events. We'll be prepping the park for the 4th of July. We have sprucing up the dog park on our agenda and remulching that and mulching around the pickleball courts.
Were you able to get in the Star Wars movie night?
No, we're going to do that after our family dance. We've had to cancel that twice now because of
So
thunderstorms.
you've had rain both
Yeah.
both times you've tried to get it in. I just was wondering.
So fingers crossed it works out for next weekend. I said I wouldn't feel so bad if we didn't have sponsors this year, but now that we have sponsors, we have to get this done.
Yeah.
So, but you will see 2 reports for the shelter house. One shows you guys know we changed our website. That's why the reports look different. But one will show you the financial piece of what each shelter house brought in for the month of May. And then one just shows you each shelter house that's booked. So the thicker one just shows you every shelter house that's booked for the month of May. And the smaller one shows you the financial piece of everything that's booked, including the pool. And this is just what we booked in May. So we had more bookings for each of these shelter houses. They were just booked in different months. So this is just what we brought in May. We have had a lot of complications with our new website, so we're not going to be staying with them. We'll be switching again. But we were under the understanding that they had a point of sale system when we went to them, and they do not. So at the last second, we had to purchase the squares to use for the pool to have a point of sale system. It's super easy for the kids to use. It's not necessarily easy to balance at the end of every day. But what is nice is the report that you guys can see. It tells us what we've made so far, and this is what we made as of 3:30 yesterday when I ran this report. But it shows you exactly what we're selling and how much we're selling of everything. So you can go through this and see how many peanut M&Ms we're selling versus Reese cups. So you can see like what candy is the most popular, what chips is the most popular, and drinks. But again, it shows you what we've brought in so far. And we are down, I feel, quite a bit than the last couple of years just because the weather. That first week was so cold and rainy. I mean, that really hurt us on opening weekend. So hopefully we can have some nicer weather and make some of that up. But I do like the way this report prints for you guys to see. And this also has like our adult swim on it. It has our swim lessons, so you guys can see everything that we've brought in that we use the square for. And again, this was through May 1st through June 16th.
Do you have any further questions for Ashley? Okay. Thank you, Ashley. Moving on to new business. We currently do not have any subjects to discuss. Do we ever? That's it? Okay. Okay, next up, well, that's really it. So I guess if, unless we have any further discussion we need to talk about, want to see if we want to make a motion for adjournment.
I make a motion for adjournment.
I'll second.
Jack makes a motion for adjournment. Michael seconds. All in favor for adjournment, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All against, say nay. All right.